Hi, Blake Taylor with Roadless Systems, and I'm going to show you our RISER AT system, how to configure your AT release with the tablet and then actuate it as well. So once you have your system and it's fully charged, what we'll end up doing is configuring it and programming it for whatever your use case may need. So it could be an acoustic on-demand release. It could be a timer, so you set the date and time that you want it to release, or a duration of time until it activates the airbag. And then third, it could be acoustic and timer. So you have the option for both. So you could acoustically release it when you want to, on demand, and then have the timer as a backup that'll come to the surface at a later time. So I'll have Mike, our camera guy, come over and show you the tablet they'll be working with. And here you have two different icons here, the RISER, two different, one says DBV and one has our RISER logo on it. And if you click on the RISER programming, this is the interface you'll see right here. And to be able to use this, to be able to program it with your AT, you'll plug this in. This programming cable that comes with your system. And then you're going to plug it into the power connection and programming connection on your AT. You should see that blue light blinking. I'll let you know there's a good connection. And then you're going to allow the configuration, the programming to happen. So once you're connected, you push read config, and that'll start talking to your AT. And then make sure you're in acoustic mode. And you'll see this acoustic release code, 010431. That code is associated with the code on your AT. So verifying those two numbers match, I know that I indeed do have a good connection here, and I can continue with my programming. So at this top on the mode, for acoustic only, you can do acoustic only for just the on-demand release when you put your dunking transducer in the water. You can do timer only, or you can do acoustic and timer. So I'll start with acoustic only, and the only real setting you need to change for acoustic only is the fill time. That's the amount of time that air will go into your bag. And if you know you're only going to use the air tank once, you could set it to 3 to 5 minutes, and you know all that air is going to dump into the bag. If you're looking to conserve air, you can do less than that. You can put it to a minute. Is usually a good rule of thumb. A minute is the most common to fill the bag and conserve some air. One other note to mention on the fill time, if you're concerned with not having enough air in the bag, say for instance you set it to a very conservative fill time for shallow depth, say you put it to like 15 seconds, and this doesn't come to the surface, you can always reactivate it and it will put another 15 seconds in to the bag. You can do that as many times as you need until it fully inflates and comes to the surface. So for timer only, I'll go down here, click that mode. Now you got multiple different options here. You can do a countdown, or you can do a date and time, or you can put in the exact time of day, month, year, and hour, minute, and just make sure your current time matches to that. You also have the fill time feature on here is where you just touch it and show how long you want it to fill. Same as the acoustic. For acoustic and timer, you have all of the settings, same settings as the acoustic mode, but you also know you have that redundant backup feature. So for this case, I'm just going to do acoustic only. I'm going to do the fill time to 1 minute. And I'm going to write config to program it. And I should see this blue light blinking. This blue light blinks whenever I do write config. That lets me know I had a successful, and then you'll have write successful in that bottom left hand or bottom right hand corner to make sure it's good to go. So at this point, you can unplug, disconnect, and your AT is programmed successfully for deployment.